What's good, YouTube? It's your man CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video. And before we get into it today, I need y'all to do me a favor: hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we got popping off over here on the channel. Now, I want to get into a subject that may be, I don't even want to say it's controversial, because everybody has their own thing. And I want to talk about nurse transparency, okay? Nurse pay transparency, if you will. And I know that, a lot of people enjoy the pay transparency videos. There are a lot of content creators that I respect on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram that do personal pay transparency videos. And if that's their lane, I 100% think that they should continue to do that. And I don't see anything wrong with it personally. But for me, it's just not something that I do. And I'm gonna tell you why. Those videos, number one, those videos can set up unrealistic expectations. I'm gonna be honest with you. Unrealistic expectation to somebody who's never even worked in the field before. Unrealistic expectations to somebody who was brand new in the field. And I just think you have to be careful when you take in certain information. What might be great money for some people, and I've spoken on this before, may not be great money for somebody else. What might be bad money for some people may be awesome money to somebody else. So you really have to take those things into consideration. And listen, it depends on your circumstance. A lot of your success as a nurse will depend on your not financial, but will depend on your personal circumstances. What do I mean when I say personal circumstances? What state you in? What specialty you in? Do you have kids? Do you have a crap load of debt? There are so many factors when it comes to what is actually good nurse pay that sometimes when we do these videos, like I said, I feel like it sets up an unrealistic expectation with new nurses and people that want to be nurses, because I've had several students and people who are not even nurses that come to me and they say, well, man, I'm just trying to go in. I ain't really trying to work that much, but I want to make $100K. I want to make $100K and only work 3 days a week. I'm not saying that's not possible, because that does happen. But again, it depends on the circumstances. It depends on the state, your location, your region, what kind of education you got. Many different variables play into this, and you just have a lot of people sometimes who don't tell the whole truth. You dig what I'm saying? A new grad in Michigan is not going to have the same opportunities as a new grad in New York City or a new grad in California. And a new nurse or a new grad in Utah may not have the same opportunities as a nurse in Michigan. It all plays. You dig what I'm saying? And another reason I'm not a fan of it, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said earlier, just a few minutes ago, all the details are not always shared. And ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to social media and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, y'all got to understand, people can create a perception. I could get on here and say anything that I want to say. And if I'm consistent long enough, if I can present a lifestyle long enough people will start to believe it, that I may be able to gain notoriety from it. I may be able to monetize it. And it don't even have to be true. And I'm not saying that all these nurses are lying. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that it is very easy for me to come online and be able to say what I want to say and have you thinking one way when in reality, it's not what it is. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all have to be careful when you listening to people, and always take your own situation into consideration. Y'all have to do that because I am telling you, some nurses include overtime when it comes to that salary. And y'all know I'm the overtime king. I have no problems with working overtimes. Some nurses include shift differentials. Some nurses even include all kind of things that they doing on the side. So I can tell you a number and I can give you a number and not really have to give you any kind of context, what some creators do. And I respect the ones that give all the context and tell the truth. And you just have to be careful and use your discernment, because again, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you won't. I'm just saying be realistic about your expectations when you are getting into the game or when you're doing your research about getting into the game, because the game is not set up the same for every single person. And once again, I keep telling y'all, your situation is everything. A lot of times, a lot of nurses don't succeed. I'm not going to say don't succeed, but a lot of nurses don't thrive the way they could be is because of the mindset. These car notes are killing y'all. And a lot of y'all won't admit it. A lot of y'all won't admit it. But these car notes, these expensive apartments y'all living in, they are killing y'all. And y'all will not be honest about it. Not all of you. Not all of you. I'm not going to even say a lot of you. But I know the truth because I hear it every single time I go to work. Girl, I got to pick up 7 more shifts to be able to make rent and this car payment and pay this high insurance and everything like that. But a lot of people won't tell you the struggles that go on behind the camera. And when the camera is off, you have to be careful and use discernment with everything you are taking in. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to say people lying and everything like that. I'm just trying to tell you the whole truth. And guess what? Me telling you this, it may not seem exciting. You dig what I'm saying? This video may not hit a bunch of views because the truth is being told and it's not as glamorous. And it's a lot of real facts in here. Now, here's the thing. Don't be ashamed of working. Don't be ashamed of doing overtime. Because yes, we live in a world where a lot of nurses have to live or have to work 2 jobs to maintain a lifestyle. I always say, if your monthly bills cost more than your monthly salary or what you're getting paid monthly off one job, you might have to slow some things down. Now, I understand that may not always be the case. You may not be able to. That's cool. You got to do what you got to do. And look, to me, nothing wrong with doing overtime. It keep you out of trouble anyway. Go ahead and get it in. Do your overtime. You ain't got nothing else to do. Go do your overtime, make you some extra paper. But I always say with one job, I could pay all my necessary expenses. Now, with my extracurricular activities, that could be taken care of by the one job and the second job. You know, with the vacations, the travel, the investing, the saving money. All that can be handled by that. And once again, y'all have to find a cheat code. Y'all have to find a cheat code. It took me 4 years to find it. But I found my cheat code. Ooh, excuse me. It took me 4 years to find it, though. This hospice job, and it really depends on you as a person and as a nurse and what your passion is and what you really want to do. As of now, with my hospice job, I'm about to start it. 7-0. I'm about to be 7-0 this week, starting tonight at 5 o'clock. It don't feel like a job, how it normally would, because I'm so conditioned to working in these nursing homes for 14 days straight, dealing with 35 patients and everything like that, running back and forth, passing medications, making sure this person is stable, making sure this peg tube is running and is not clogged, making sure this IV is flowing properly, going to pull this down when it's not supposed to, running to a code. I'm so conditioned to that what I'm doing here don't feel like work. That's a cheat code. You did? There are times where I don't get called out to see a patient, that's a cheat code. You dig? My other job, I work as a mental health nurse in a psych hospital. Yes, I have some rough times. Yes, it can jump off in that thing with psych patients. But here's the thing. That is not long-term care. Because if a patient is acting out so much to the point to where the staff member is in jeopardy and himself is in jeopardy, at least at my hospital, they have protocols in place to stop all that. That's what I'm going to say. They have protocols in place to stop all that. But all in all, the job is not super hard to the point to where it's super hard on my body. To where the point to where it's feel like if I work 3 shifts, I'm burnt out. You dig what I'm saying? I found the cheat code. On top of living below my means, ladies and gentlemen. That's the cheat code. Where I don't feel like I'm burnt out. And I live below my means. So that means I can work a lot of hours. You dig what I'm saying? Now, we're not just going to be working a lot of hours forever and for nothing. It's a purpose to that. But again, the cheat code. Y'all have to find y'all cheat code, whatever it is. Because I feel y'all when y'all say nurses don't get paid what they supposed to. I agree. Nurses should get paid way more. But guess what? Until that happens, we got to work with what we got. We have to work with what we got. And that's all we can do. And the last reason, man, pay is personal. You dig what I'm saying? It's personal. And I just, when you start putting yourself out there like that, and again, I put a check stub up once, and I took it right down. Because people watch, man. The one nurse got kidnapped outside her job. You thinking these people not watching you, but they watching you. And you giving them an extra reason to watch even closer? Nah. I'm cool. People be like, how much you make a year? Enough for me. I'm good. I'm cool. You dig what I'm saying? People gonna have their hands out, ready. Can I have something? I ain't making that much. They don't know what you making. They just assume what you making. I don't know, bro. It's nothing I can do for your partner. So it's personal. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. But let me know in the comments, do you like nurse transparency pay? Do you like when people do it? I don't have a problem with it. I enjoy the videos, but I just don't do it myself. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I probably won't. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we got popping off on the channel. Until next time, if you don't do nothing else, get paid. Young nurse, get paid. Peace. And don't tell your business.